All right, good morning. Well, we have kind of a red day. IVR, Roku, Soxel, AMD, Okta, RH is up, UAL is up, VTIQ, Docu, Facebook, new highs today. All right, so today is going to be an interesting day to take a look at some stocks that are kind of beaten down. Let's see here. Alibaba moving back down towards a breakout point. There's a fairly tight stop loss entry right there on Alibaba. Ping ring. Roku firmly lower this morning. Not a ton of volume yet. Uh, NASDAQ basically flat this morning after another nice update yesterday. Noticing a trend here called an uptrend. Hey, what's up, Aram? MongoDB. In a little channel pretty much most of the day yesterday. So it broke out towards the end of the day. I didn't really watch at the end of the day, but yeah, nice breakout at the end of the day. Morning, Rob. NVIDIA, Skyworks loosely up here. So it looks like we're taking a pause after what was yesterday a pretty good day. Most everything down less than 1% actually, and then you have a few past 1.5% down here. Square, maybe the surprising one. Was there earnings there or something? That's a long-term turnaround line right there, my friends. And it looks like so far a little bit of a failure. Pull back to the 10-day moving average, which actually so far, if you look at this blue line right there, has been supporting the price. And we'll see if it's going to do that or not. Maybe we'll finally get a small pullback of sorts. Very V-shaped base here. If you, I actually can't call it a base. Sorry, I thought you had a base square. Looks like you don't. Take Two, which has kind of been on a skyrocket right here the past couple of days, running into earnings. Reading an article this morning. Apparently, they had good earnings, but not so good guidance, and so that kind of took them down. But I don't know. Take Two Interactive, a leader in its space, Grand Theft Auto, and I can't think of the other title that it does, but I think it's known for two titles, and it's long-term turnaround play. So I don't have an option for it, however. Seem pretty expensive. ZTO down 11%. Okay, yeah, ZTO was running into earnings. And if you remember, we had a couple weeks ago a day where the market was just on fire, and one of our cloud names had earnings, and no, it wasn't a cloud name. It was this name, Net, right there. Remember that big old green update? Then it had earnings, and it's done nothing ever since. So they got their fill prior to earnings. I think that's what's happening here. They're running into earnings, and there's nothing left in the tank, which is what we just witnessed with ZTO. Running into earnings, nothing in the tank, and it drops it because it wasn't life-changing earnings. And so pulling back in, likely a pretty good buying opportunity down so much it gave up the run for the past couple of weeks. So probably will hang out here for a bit and then start to move back upwards. But um, yeah, not so bad right there for ZTO in terms of a lower entry point. I'm not sure what earnings were like. RMB? What is that? Or Cayman Islands Company? Ah, those bother me just a little bit. Soxel pulling in today after a pretty good run here. So far, not a lot of volume in the 5 minute this morning. Only one candle, but you can see we had some pretty big spikes in today when we're down, negligible. So I'm not mad at that situation. It's pretty cool actually. All right, let's see what's leading us today. VTIQ trying to form a little base here. Even volatility within the base isn't, the worst thing in the world. Probably make some day trades on that if you wanted to. Docu up 4% today. Just rocking. Another one coming into earnings in a while, like 2 weeks or so. So maybe you run into earnings on this one if you want to continue buying that. NASDAQ, I think positive, at least playing with positivity. United Airlines 4%. Looks like trying to break a small range here the past couple of days. We'll see what happens there. Pretty high volumes here on the right side of this chart. Hopefully this is things starting to get better, but I don't know. I saw a thing about second breakout in China for coronavirus. We'll see how it goes. All right, Restoration Hardware now up 2%. Not bad. MongoDB 1.65%. Beautiful. AMD still in a large cup and handle, hasn't broken out yet. Kind of in the middle point range here between kind of an earlier breakout and a traditional breakout. It's not a whole lot to do today. Still in LK. LK is weird, man. I don't know, it's down like 12%. Yeah, when I saw it earlier. It's down a bunch. Whatever you want to do with that, Rob. I took it off my list completely, to be honest with you. It's dead. It's dead. It may come back in 3 years, but it's dead today and likely for the foreseeable future. So I'm not going to be looking at it. At least not on my watch list there. Amazon ticking higher. Some block buying here going on in Amazon. So every day a little bit higher. That's good. Actually, they say Apple's working on a handle in a cup and handle base. So there's your handle that one red week, and then your breakout would be after that. So we're arguably playing with that breakout, although volume doesn't look like breakout volume, but still it's Apple. You could try it. And Tesla back to positive. Oh my, I watched another video on Tesla last night. I'll see if I can find it if you guys are interested. I don't know if you are. I don't know if you're not. It was a long ass video. It was 40 minutes long. I'll post it here in chat. I'll give you the synopsis of what they said though. Um, and it's done. It's a really well done video. They try to explain a lot instead of just giving you like points to intake, right? So anyway, the gist of it is that Battery Day is coming up, and based on some of Elon Musk's prior statements, is that he may be finding a way for you to use, first of all, million-mile battery, which we're all familiar with. Second of all, which most of us are not familiar with and have probably thought about, is that they're going to find a way to let you use your Tesla as a battery bank for your house and the grid. So you buy a Tesla and you buy this Tesla for $40, $50, $60,000, and then built into that is 4 or 5 power walls, which would cost you like $40,000. So you get this battery bank and you have a car. So, and you're making money selling that power back to the grid from your car because your car's got a huge battery bank, and the way Tesla has the charging working these days, it's going to take like 35 minutes for a full charge on a Tesla, which can power your house for like a week. So you're basically in a situation where, yeah, you almost don't even need the grid if you have some solar panels and a Tesla, which is kind of crazy. And you can drive around your house. So, and another option they floated, dude, I'm loving it. I was on board Tesla anyways, and then when I hear that, I'm like, oh. So what they say is that so Tesla has they build these big battery banks, and they have one for utilities. They have big battery banks, and they have one down in Australia, and they said, okay, based on what they sold these things for to Australia, your Tesla with the amount of capacity it has is worth $36,000 in terms of capacity over a 10-year period or something like that. He said, so you basically have a free car if they do this because you can sell this power back to the grid and make X amount of dollars over time. And you can ride share your car. I mean, it's like, how do you want to make money with your car? It's crazy. Absolutely nuts. So Tesla is essentially building little battery banks to be distributed across the globe. So they can probably be sold back to the grid for less than fossil fuel power plants, or at least the immediate power plants. So anyway, it's ridiculous. It's just nuts. It's absolutely crazy. So it is going to be a Tesla world. Like it's insane. It's crazy. If you look at the graphs of Tesla, I think I had a few. I was thinking of starting a fleet company of these Model 3s for a while. Oh yeah, and okay, so this is something cool too. I may do a video of this on my Tesla channel. Um, I can find the link. So here's the thing. Yeah, it was up today that they were talking about getting in the it's not on my list. Oh, it's gonna be on my global watch list. You don't want me to talk about Tesla? Just say it if you don't. I don't care too much. But it is interesting. So this is actually more interesting than some of that from an investing perspective. Yeah, ACB up pretty good there today. So if you guys know about Elon Musk's compensation package, if you guys have heard anything about that, it happened a couple of years ago, and I think most people have likely forgotten about it. But oh, you're scanning too? Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's EBITDA milestones. Okay, so check this out. I was thinking about what those dudes said yesterday, and then I was thinking about Tesla stock price because, well, we're investors, right? So we're pretty much considered, or we're, cons, we're pretty much only concerned with the stock price, right? So Tesla's at $800 a share right now. I think it's $800 a share, whatever it is. It's a lot. $800 a share. Um, and one of these graphs that I saw had it's in my Chrome history on my phone. Let me see if I can find it. Anyway, I'll try to make a long story short, is that he has milestones that will pay him personally up to $55 billion, which is a lot of billion of dollars. Like that's many, many billion of dollars. No, not types of palm trees. To look into my history here on my phone. Um, and that puts, for him to reach the top tier of his compensation package, would put Tesla price at about 3,500 bucks. So my assumption was this: Elon's not a stupid dude. So if he's pricing it to get to 3,500 bucks, it's likely getting to 3,500 bucks, which puts it at a 650 million market cap. This was the graph. Oh, it's a different one though. It's that one. Business Insider. Elon Musk just hit a key milestone. Here it is. There's the article. Anyway, I think this is very interesting from an investor perspective because you're looking for stock prices, you're looking for prices. And so, okay, so here's the same graph. Revenue, he has revenue-based milestones and adjusted EBITDA-based milestones. So $175 billion in revenue and 14 billion in EBITDA. And then you go down here, this is what I was looking for. Musk's compensation plan market cap tranches. So these are 12 different tranches that he can earn. And I believe each one gives him 1% of the business. So they'll actually issue 1% more shares of the business and pay them to Elon Musk if if these milestones are reached. Now, I believe it's just a market cap. It has nothing to do with the price. It's just market cap. So where are we at right now with Tesla? I know we were at 100 billion for a while. Okay, so we're 150 billion on Tesla right now. Look at that. That is a cup and handle, man. That's freaking awesome. So we're at 150. So we're at number two. We're basically at tranche number two. The question is, how quickly can we get to and maintain above three, four, five? I mean, they're 50 billion market cap tranches. So I mean, it's once you get past a certain point. So this is a 50% increase in market cap. This is a 10% increase in market cap. So you could argue once we get above, 1,800 bucks a share, it's kind of relatively smooth sailing, at least for him, likely to get up and onward because the company just grows. It pretty much just grows. So there's a roadmap for Elon to make $55 billion on top of what he's already got, which would put him up there with the upper echelons into a 3.5 I'm sorry, $3,500 share price, which is pretty amazing. So you're looking at a $3,500 share price, and my thought is typically generally an options trader is okay, how fast? And Boeing's up 6% today. All right, get your Boeing shares while they're gone, ladies, or before they're gone, ladies and gentlemen. Do I have a Boeing trade here? I don't think I have a Boeing trade here. Look at the volume on Boeing this morning. That's significant. So that sucks. Should have bought Boeing past couple days. We were discussing it as it was breaking our trend line here. I didn't buy it though. I do have cash today, right? I believe I have cash today. Yeah, I do have cash today. Wonder if Boeing's a play. Curiouser and curiouser. Yeah, Boeing looks pretty good. If you guys didn't get Boeing again. Rob, you still got your Boeing, right? XTNT? What is that? Are they doing vaccines too? Halted on circuit breaker. What? Cut 42% of our workforce and cut salaries of remaining staff by 20%. Why is it jumping 400%? I see COVID once in their thing. It doesn't necessarily mention why, though. Anyway, back to Tesla, which will actually make you money at some point in time. Trying to figure out when this thing's going to have that run up to 35. I think it's likely to, I don't know. I think it depends how fast they can ramp up production on all their stuff and when they can get all these batteries built. I think Battery Investor Day is going to be very, very important. Tesla starts deliveries of new Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive made in China. That's cool. Couple BAs, yep. Good. Oh, question. If you had a smaller portfolio, right now my Roth is at 2,700, adding 100K a week. Oh, that's good. Tesla flashes a buy signal. Would you sell some TQQ or other stock to buy one share of Tesla? Yeah, see, that's a tough one. I've been asking myself that because, I mean, from 800 to 3,500, which is what his compensation package, that's where he thinks he can get. And knowing Elon, that's probably an easy get. I don't think that he'd be like, yeah, we're going to top out at 35. I'm going to make that my compensation package. He probably thinks we're going to top at 5 or 6. At least if I were Elon, that's if I could make my own compensation package, that's what I would do. I would make my, I'd make my targets really easy to hit. And for him, for what he sees, I think that's easy to hit. I think he sees this thing as $1 trillion company. That's my personal opinion. Um, oh, there you go, Aram. Good job, buddy. Holding 25%. Okay. Bought UAL on 20 and sold 75%. Um, okay, you gonna hold that for longer term then? Yeah, I think UAL's got some decent value down here, to be honest with you. RH trying to go for it here, son. Look at that. Yeah, right. Welcome to being a CEO. Um, yeah, I've actually asked myself that question, Rob. It's difficult because I mean, look, that's 800. How does math work again? I don't know. So let's do 3,500 divided by 800. So that's a 4x. That's pretty good. It's actually, I thought it was 3 something. Okay, so that's a 4x on Tesla, which in my mind, it's almost guaranteed. Like, I don't know. I wish I was an Amazon fanboy as much as I'm a Tesla fanboy these days. I would have, made a ton of money there. But I mean, 4 times your money isn't too bad. At the same time, you know, TQQQ is pretty good. I'm not sure about it giving you 400%. It's already given us 100%. So it going up an additional couple 100% um, with everything coming up inflation wise and stuff. That's a tough one. Um, One thing that I've done pretty good with Tesla to this point is just trade it like a normal stock, but not be afraid to buy it on dips. Not be afraid to buy it, when it needs to be bought, if that makes sense. So, I mean, if you, I haven't timed every single dip that Tesla's ever had, but if you look at the weekly chart, my buys on Tesla, I bought 160 or 116 or something like that, whatever it was, 108 there. I bought cup and handle right there. I bought here. I bought here, and then I bought back at 400. I mean, I think buying it with confidence when it needs to be bought, you know, is something you can do while still making those normal everyday trades that we take, right? So I think at this stage of the game, if Tesla does break out from here, I think it's a very interesting place in the chart, but I think Tesla's also a very interesting company. We got to see how they're going to start ramping things up. Um, I think if Tesla's on a run, you can sell some TQQQ and buy some Tesla, buy a share of Tesla. I don't think that's so bad, but it has to be starting to run. It has to have the charts to support that. So other than that, I think you just do business as usual, and then you just run into Tesla when you need to, unless unless you just want to buy, your 4 or 5 shares of Tesla and then just watch your account go up 400% over. I don't know how many years that's going to take. Obviously, I don't think 3,500 is going to, I don't think it's going to get there like this week or next year. It's probably a number of years out. But if you average 100% a year, that'd be 4 years, which would be really good. I mean, Actually, that wouldn't be 100% a year. That'd be 400% total, not 100% a year. I wonder if there was any time constraints on this. It says 12 tranches, but it doesn't talk about a timeline. Yeah, 2018 compensation package. Man, I don't know. I don't know if it has a ending date on it. He received no guaranteed compensation, no salary, no cash bonuses, and no equity that vests with the passage of time. 100% at risk reward. Fully achieved would make Tesla one of the most valuable companies in the world with a market cap of 650 billion, more than 10 times today's value, which to him is an easy bet. So in 6 years, it looks like we believe his reward was instrumental in helping Tesla achieve the objectives laid out in the original master plan. In 5 years after the award was put in place, market cap increased by 17x. He's not received any compensation unless your stockholders benefit from value creation, which is awesome. And I don't think there's an end date on this though. I think it's just tranches and they're just his options that he gets awarded. His compensation package is 45 pages long. All right, Rob, can you step in my office? We're going to go over your compensation package. Here's your post-it note. Yeah, right. So this half is your compensation, this half is someone else's. Forget about their compensation, but this half is your compensation package. Oh, a new 10-year performance award for Musk. Okay. So it's a 10-year performance award. So in 10 years is what he's saying for 350 or 650 million market cap. He owns about 20% of the company. So at the end of this, he'll own probably about 30% of the company. And it's worth $650 billion. So 65 times 3 is a lot. It's like $200 billion total is what he'll be worth. He'll be worth $200 billion, not even counting SpaceX, not even counting if the Boring Company works out, not even counting if he decides to make more flamethrowers. That's right. Crazy. Post-exercise hold period is 5 years for the 2018 award. So he can't even sell for 5 years. This guy, man, he's like, yeah, I'm just doing this. Fuck everything else. I don't want to get my money right now. I want it in 5 years after I make an additional. Talk about the world's first trillionaire. His package and his total net worth is going to be $200 billion. You just 5x that, you're at $1 trillion, however that manages to work out. But yeah, if you look at uh, I mean, not that's going to be a hard task to go from 650 billion to a lot more than a trillion. Was that 3 trillion? 600 billion to $3 trillion market cap? Actually, the way Apple's going, that's probably not too bad. So anyway, I was kind of putting together that with Musk's compensation package and trying to, trying to come up with a way to try to figure out what and when the stock price is going to do stuff. Because if you could find an option out far enough, which I don't think you can, you're mad at me? Well, I wasn't thinking about it then. I just knew I loved Tesla. Well, that's not all I knew, but I can't say everything I know all the time, Rob. We would be here for at least seconds a day. Seconds. You don't have that kind of time, Rob. You got to go get to your compensation package. That post-it note takes a while to read. Full transparency. Well, my blinds are open. I'm not wearing pants. You pretty much have full transparency. You just got to get over here. Yeah, so there's the revenue, there's the adjusted EBITDA in billions. Um, Focus on profitability. I don't know. I don't know, probably crying because Tesla hasn't fallen yet. Beats me. Hopefully he's taking a day off and enjoying the sunshine in sunny San Francisco. Wait, that doesn't work out. It's not really sunny in San Francisco. I don't think we have a bunch of EBITDA though. That's one thing we don't have. What's Tesla's revenue? So we're 26 billion. I'm not sure if they actually show EBITDA here. They show earnings, but maybe not that specific metric. Yeah, I don't think they show EBITDA, which is weird. Um, they do have some earnings. I can probably just Google Tesla EBITDA. EBITDA. I don't Google it that much. So 0.88 billion. Oh, 2018, 2020, 3 billion. Quarter ending March 30 was zero point 0.8 billion. So not really hitting these numbers yet. So he's close. I mean, once we have a normal quarter without a coronavirus involved, probably hit near that 1.5. Looks like he was close. Is it 2.2, 1.67, and 2.2? So he's hitting some of those early milestones, and obviously it looks like he's counting on building the thing 50% a year for the next, 10 years is what it looks like. Total revenue, that's a 150% increase. That's 45, 50, a little over 50% increase. That's about a 50% increase. That's a 33% increase. That's a 25, less than 25, less than 25. So you can probably almost see here how Elon assumes it's going to ramp, right? Because why would he probably thinks of the scale, the sizes of the market, and exactly how big he could get. and I don't know if this includes robotaxi or not. They really weren't talking robotaxi like 3 years ago. He may have thought about it, but I don't know if he included that in these calculations or not. I'm not sure exactly what his mindset was when they came up with these calculations, but you can see like obviously, much more aggressive growth. This is almost doubling the gross revenue from 20 to 35, and then you get up here from 150 to 175. Obviously, not that aggressive in terms of percentages. And keep in mind, Elon's all about math. He's a physicist for crying out loud. So he knows what these numbers mean, and I think he can hit them. So this is 10-year compensation package. So you're looking at Tesla. You're looking Tesla at $3,500 at some point in the future history of the world. Which puts us way up there. So even from these prices, if 400% in 10 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I think he's going to hit it before that. Let's say he hits it in 5 years. Let's say that happens in 5 years. Keep in mind, you're looking at Amazon here. Realistically, you're looking at a company similar to Amazon with a great growth trajectory, all kinds of good stuff, right? Literally just getting started. Just producing the Model Y. Hasn't even produced a semi-truck yet, which is probably going to be a big hit for them as well. And they're probably going to sell batteries to everyone and their grandmother. So part of this video, which maybe I'll look up a little bit, is they mentioned something here which I thought was cool. I could probably pull it up on the internet faster than I can find it on some video. So we do Tesla revenue by category. We can get that lovely, lovely chart. No, by category, silly. No. No. That's my favorite chart of all time. You know nothing about it. That's awesome. Look at this chart. Revenue breakdown. Maybe that's a better way to do it. Oh, is that the same chart with no? It's the same chart with no header. Gotta love charts with no information on them. All right, come on, this shouldn't be that hard to find. Yeah, there you go. Okay, this one will do. It's not the one I was looking for, but it'll do. So, what Elon said, he said that their energy and storage. Can you? There you go. So he said that these categories are likely to be as big for Tesla as these categories. He basically said they'll be as big, if not bigger, than the automotive sector. Energy, energy generation and storage. And the hypothesis is that they're going to use all these cars, they're going to double as this generator and storage and sell things back to the grid. And Tesla will keep in mind, Tesla's robotaxi is a revenue sharing model where Tesla gets revenue and the owner of the vehicle gets revenue. So one thing they hypothesized is that what if Tesla sells you a car at a lower price and then owns the battery and leases, you kind of lease the battery from Tesla. And so every car that's built, Tesla owns the battery, you own the car, they're responsible for the battery, and whenever you plug it in, it just sells power to the grid and Tesla makes that money. And it probably will be a revenue share. But what you have is essentially Tesla doubling their sales strictly based on stuff they've already built. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's kind of like if you worked in IT and then you got another job working in IT and just hired out some guy in Bangladesh to do that IT for you. You're making money at your job and you're making money at the other job by paying some other guy a little bit of money, and you're making 75K a year, paying him 10K a year, 20K a year. something like that. That's kind of what they may be doing here. Now, that's difficult to do when you think about it, because how many they're going to have to set up instruments, not instruments, but they're going to have to set up ways to do power sharing with each local utility, in which case there's thousands of local utilities. Um, so it'll take a while, but I mean, Tesla's 15 years old, and it seems like they just started. So, but I mean, this could take another 10 years for this to play out, and maybe this is what Musk is looking at. I don't know for sure, but I think it's a dang good possibility. And when you have a million-mile battery pack, I think you can do all that stuff. So, the question is who, what, where, when, and why in terms of Tesla stock price. But yeah, once they get scale, it's gravy for them. Keep in mind they're still building gigafactories at breakneck speed. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. Obviously, automotive sales are going to double and triple from here. That's obvious. And then energy and storage is going to be pretty big right there too. And they got a bunch of other stuff to do too. Anyway, most of our show talking about Tesla today for some reason. I don't know why I got on a. Oh, because I just figured this out yesterday. That's probably why. But anyway, so you can see here EBITDA, 14 dollars a share, revenue 175 billion, which is near 10x where we were last year. So go Tesla. If you just want a easy 400%, then you can buy Tesla here. Wait till it gets to 35 though. I think it'll get there a little bit sooner rather than a little bit later. All right, let's see what's going on. We got ACB. Oh, memory low. How's my memory low? 87%. Oh, I still got Adobe open. Should probably close that. There we go. Didn't even realize it. Man, Firefox. I have a lot of stuff open. What's this one? That was like 4 gigs of memory from one tab. That's a lot of memory. Okay, memory low connected. What are we gonna do here? Clicky clicky, nothing happy. Oh, that's where I gotta close it from. All right, come on, Thinkorswim. There you go. Oh, really? Real Crypto is holding 4 gigs worth of memory. This one too, I'm assuming. Yeah. All right, hold on. I gotta reopen Thinkorswim. There's an actual chart at least. You can look at that for a minute. Bitcoin going down, down. Uh-oh. Yo. Crypto having a not great day. CHK halted. Let it go, Rob. Bitcoin breaking ranges. Let's see if we find some buying pressure up in there. All right. Is CHK down or up, Rob? I have no idea. Restoration Hardware up 6%, y'all. 6%. That's a fun option. Too bad I took half profits off already. Shit. Oh, really? Up. Well, that's why are they halting everything in their mother now? It's only up 11%. The other day, like what, a month ago, everything was up a ton. They weren't halting anything, and CHK's up 11% and they halted it. Doesn't look halted. It's trading. Why would they halt it? That's stupid. That's a pretty good day for Restoration Hardware. UAL up 5%. That's pretty good. Come on, start your run, baby. MongoDB, another new high today. Just keeps walking higher. Tesla, AMD, ooh, negative now. Okay, okay, I see what you're doing. Soxel down 3%. No, you can't go down 3%. Ring, IVR down 4%. AMD, Tesla. All right, it's kind of a tale of two stock markets, if you will, but still doing good. Overall doing fine. Looks like we're down 0.3%, so we found a little bit of resistance or distribution or something up here, just a little bit. Oh, is anything we've been looking at, or is everything just extended at this stage of the game? I mean, Restoration Hardware still kind of looks like it wants to go. I mean, I've got my measured move here, which we've already exceeded that. And then UAL. I'm in a good position in UAL, I think. What's another one I had? I've got PayPal as well. Still doing fine. Okay. So I was thinking of a couple different trading strategies. Um, One of the reasons I actually started trading options is I'm like, you know what, on these breakouts, if you get 20% out of a stock, you need four 20% gains to double your capital, your position. You need four 20% gains if you compound them. And I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, 20% is pretty easy in options. Like what if I just take 20% gains in options? That's kind of what got me started, and I didn't end with that thesis right there. Kind of formed into a long-term turnaround play is what it formed into. But the thesis remains that if you can just take 20% gains on your capital, then you'll end up doubling that capital in about four trades. And yeah, so I've been thinking about putting a floor once I get above 20%, or probably when I get up to 50%, is have a floor at 20%. That'd be my floor. I think that's not a bad one. Another one I was thinking about is if you can find some beaten down names that are like ZTO is a leader here. Oh, and see it's already up significantly. Um, if you find a leader like this that drops down, you can likely grab the option and get 20% relatively quickly on a shorter term time scale. A couple of different things I've been thinking about. Haven't really put it into practice yet. But I was thinking about that. All right, Netflix stalling at the highs there. I thought that was going to get started, not so much. Sand Silver taking a bit of a breather here. Roku rolling over. Square. Long-term turnaround trend line. Looks like so far it's found a little bit of resistance. Win with a very, very minor move up out of a channel. And ring with a pullback back into the 10-week line. Where's my oh, I had to restart. Did I not save the one of these? I think I saved that 20-day moving average in. I kind of liked having that. I kind of liked that 20-day moving average. Nope. Oh, it's the wrong one. There we go. Load style. Oh, looks like I do have a third moving average on that one. It is the 20-day. Okay. I like that orange color. Worked out pretty nice. Oh, I had it here. Outsmarted myself on that one. LVGO holding really tight up here. Oh, that's a candle. Ooh, I don't know if I want to keep that as candles. I want to go back to my bar charts. There we go. All right, so UAL leading our list here, 6% today. Looks like it's starting a little bit of a run. Our volume isn't tremendous. We didn't start out with high volume, but we'll see how we end up today. And Boeing up 6%, so you have a lot of these beaten down airline stocks, kind of actually almost 8% right now. Starting to come back in a significant fashion. Although I don't know if we have to have really big volume as long as there's just lack of selling pressure down here. We can probably just kind of move up. RH MongoDB up 2%. Ellie, what's up? Well, you really picked a good time to come in. We've been talking about Tesla all morning. I came across a cool video yesterday, and it would scare you. It would scare you. You'll see it on my Tesla World channel at some point. Well, yeah, you said you had a single put on Tesla, so yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about Tesla this morning. Like, I've never known as much of a company as you've known about, as you know about Tesla generally, at least for me. He's also fairly transparent with most of the stuff he does. Like Amazon, there's a lot of conjecture and you're kind of wondering here and there, but Tesla, pretty, you know a lot. You don't know a lot with a lot of these other companies. Wish I can go this in depth as a lot of other business with a lot of the other businesses too. Probably have a lot more confidence in some of them. DocuSign 3% today. There you go. Just walking right up this 10-day moving average. Winnebago, MJ. How's MJ doing? Not bad. We're holding up above our little gappy gap here. I'm not sure if it'll hold forever, but we got a little gappy gap right there. Holding. Net's doing fine. Volumes are decreasing, but we're not really dropping in price, so that's good. Carvana. Watched a cool Carvana commercial yesterday. It's actually pretty good. MED, not quite a traditional long-term turnaround play, but it's definitely been in a downtrend for a while. I don't know much about this business. Oh, it's Medifast. Okay, you know about this business. People have probably tried to sell you this business. You can get in too. I was reliving my horrible Starbucks trade yesterday as well. Yeah, I did a little bit of post analysis, and I'm like, oh yeah, wow, I'm actually a pretty good trader. Except for that, I'm like, oh, that was Starbucks stupid trade. Yeah, one stupid options trade fucks up your whole account. But you get rid of that one trade, and yeah, can't say I'm unhappy with market performance over the past several years at all. It's great. Domino's Pizza. All right, showing itself up just a little bit over here. Kind of a yeah, I like this. This is looking pretty good. Maybe a high handle on Domino's Pizza. Freaking pizza, man. Kind of a weird cup and handle, but all right, Boeing, Urban Outfitters, what are you doing down here? Another multi-year decline going into coronavirus. Not sure if they were turning it around or not, but not good for retailers, obviously. TDZ, Transdom, I'm not sure what they do. Hexel, Save, Spirit Airlines, Alaskan Airlines, Restoration Hardware, have another good day. Hexo. So another kind of a normal day in the market today. Nothing too crazy. Having a good move, a few good movers though. We're seeing the haves and the have-nots, which is a lot more normal for stocks. So overall, still in an uptrend. I gotta bail though, guys. I gotta get out of here. So yeah, Tesla going to 3,500 bucks. I don't, within 10 years. Within 10 years. And that's the gist of it. I don't know when within that. I think it's going to go there sooner than that, but well, I actually have to go to the bathroom. And I'm going to be in there for a while. So unless you want to hold on, like I've got to go. So, yeah, just to kind of let you know why I'm leaving. Otherwise, I'd be hanging out talking still. I have to hold on. Don't know if I can. Actually, don't know if I can. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.